Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun or brunch time with Mayegun live. Sorry for the late start. Read the caption of the broadcast. Description of the broadcast. Like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun is live. Tinubu's regime, the illegitimate regime of Tinubu, they have come out to deny their involvement in the increase in this new increase in petroleum price. No be me, it wasn't me. Remember that song? It wasn't me. There is also an advice, a bit of a very good advice from the Nigeria's vex lady. Remi Werekwe. Teresa Mendoza, Abuja. I said that if you are finding it difficult to pay for the fuel this time, if the shege is eating you and you are an Agbadorian, go grab this kind of a card. This may be something that will likely help you, right? Weather this storm. Thank you. Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun, and I'm glad to welcome you this afternoon or morning to a new session or segment of what is going on in the contraption, as we can see. Yesterday, the NNPC Nigeria, or was it like 2 nights ago, by the way. So yesterday, it came to light that the price of petroleum products in Nigeria is has gone up rather, and the effect of that is expected to be felt across all sectors today. And they've indeed actually unleashed, as usual, the spin doctors on social media to help deflect where people are now being told to go and convert their PMS car to CNG, compressed natural gas, where you probably will need like 1 million or 2 million naira to convert. They said it is cheaper. In fact, it is safer. That's the campaign now. If you can no longer afford the price of petroleum products in Nigeria. The thing is, it is not just the petrol. I mean, it's not just your cars or the vehicles that needs this petrol, right? Most of you knows that you have to power your your homes with electricity generators, which needs either diesel or petroleum, mostly petroleum products. So the lies of Dangote refinery coming to change the things for you, that one has expired as well. So what they are promoting right now is CNG this or CNG that. People are screaming and crying. They being power. We are hungry, as you know. But the Tinubu's criminal, illegitimate government who have actually lost it, they've lost it all. I have to let you know this. If you are still an APC, a follower or supporter, that you are looking for something or a straw to cling on to, right? You will drown and you will perish. That is the general consensus as we speak. Wherever you see them, just tell them that they will perish. They will perish in their own iniquities. Tinubu is in London as we speak, even though we are already receiving some report that the man might actually be unwell. Not really like unwell that is nearly dying or something, but he's actually unwell. That's what we are hearing. And of course, he's not here for any vacation. He's here for medical, rejuvenation, medical tourism, so to say. So we had from Tinubu's government this morning that came out boldly to say, yes, there is a hardship. Indeed, there is a increase in price of petroleum, but they are not responsible for it. That takes us back to when the NLC in Nigeria came out and said the reason why they settled for 70,000 naira minimum wage with Tinubu was because Tinubu gave them two options: 250,000 naira minimum wage, and then it will increase the price of petroleum, or 70,000 and there will be no increase. The mumus, right? The mofos actually settled for 70,000, even when they know that 70,000 naira cannot even buy you a bag of rice. A bag of rice in Nigeria right now is somewhere around 110,000 naira. And it's still going on and on to probably 150,000, 200,000, 250, 300,000. Yeah, 50 kg bag of rice is still going to be sold. Maybe before 2027, you will buy that for 400 or 300,000 naira under this rogue, and they will still blame you. They will blame you for wanting to eat rice. Why not eat something else? And it's not the only thing, even though rice is the most staple food in the Nigerian homes, but it is now a luxury. 70,000 naira minimum wage that cannot, if they at the end of the day buy you a bag of rice, they haven't even paid it. Every day you'll be hearing, oh, this one has agreed to pay, that one has approved that they will pay, but not a single one of them has actually paid their minimum wage since they agreed to it. Since they agreed to that since May, by the way, yeah, they agreed to it in May. So the Tinubu's government came out and said, well, it is not them. The oil marketers in Nigeria also have something to say. I think I should start with that.
Since we always bring in petrol, since it's the mainstay of the economy, why can't we eliminate this daughter vessel power? Why can't you just get the mother vessel to berth properly here, dredge the area, reduce that cost component, and then it will impact on the ultimate price?
Well, in fact, all these issues that you have mentioned is for the past. But presently now, since the oil is fully deregulated, that issue, I know it will be over.
How?
Because we independent petroleum marketers, we may be fully engaged in the business. Before, it's only an NNPC is bringing these products. At the same time, it's only an NNPCL is loading, has an offtake in Dangote refinery.
I'm sorry. If you engage, are you telling us that you will only deal with the mother vessel? You don't need to relate to whatever you say is a daughter vessel to eliminate that cost component?
No, any vessel we can use it because we are being allowed to go and import by ourselves. So we doesn't have any challenges on that issue. Normally, the reason why you see we have a lot of challenges, this PMS before is only NNPC that can be able to bring it, and they are the only people that can be able to buy through Dangote. But with this current arrangement now, whereby Dangote will buy crude in dollar, and he will sell PMS and other product in Naira. Because we independent marketers, in most of the cases...
Is it buying in dollar or buying in Naira?
Sorry. Dangote buy crude oil in Naira.
Yeah.
And we too, we buy his commodity in Naira. So with this present arrangement, we just what we are after. Let Dangote be giving us this product direct, not through the NNPC. And just what happened now, what I have been saying, NNPC, like now, let me cite an example, like in Lagos. They say we should come and buy this product at the rate of 910 because of this increment. With our money that stay in their hand for over 3 months, they say we should come and buy 910. But in their filling station, in their main filling station, they are selling this product at the rate of 998 Naira. Because they are getting it in Dangote at a lower rate.
How much?
They are getting it is closely to 900 Naira. That is what they are getting.
Do you know the exact price?
Actually, I cannot say the exact, but later I will communicate to you and give you the exact value. But it's around 800 to 900 Naira. So
some people argue that that's because of their own negotiating power with Dangote. That if Ipman too were to come together as one body, perhaps they will be able to negotiate something lower too.
Yes, we accepted with that one, but now our money is with them. So we tell them they should either sell it the way Dangote is selling to us, or they should return our money back to our various accounts.
How much are you asking them to sell it to you?
We are asking them to sell it at least the way Dangote is selling. We are Nigerians. We are the same marketers like they are.
But what is the way? Which way exactly?
The way...
800?
No, it's 800 and it's somewhere between 800 to 900, just like what I tell you. So by the time when they sell it, then there will be a market competition. We come and compute. We may decide to sell our own here, like the way they are selling here in 800 and 900 and 1,030 Naira. We may decide, our marketers may decide to sell it at the rate of 1,020 Naira or 1,010 Naira, because any reduction in money is something. It's a difference, because if you calculate the money, it's not a small money.
I want to know, first, can you tell us what patterns you have noticed? Because, I mean, we've seen NLC, excuse me, that's Nigeria Labour Congress, come out to decry this, to say this is not acceptable. But I want to ask you, as somebody who is very much involved selling to, customers, Nigerians directly, what patterns have you noticed in your filling stations since the price of fuels started going up?
No, generally, people complain. Whenever there is an increment like this, people used to complain to say it's higher and there is hardship. But we always, what we can tell the Nigerian masses, since the government has already decided, and they mentioned the reason why
We always bring.
They actually play you all the time. But let me help you, at least for the sake of those who are the direct victims of all of this. Okay. The Independent Petroleum Marketers of Nigeria, Association of Nigeria or something, they call them IPMAN. They are supposed to be those bringing in petroleum products to Nigeria. They are marketers. Theirs is to sell it. They can look for the product anywhere, from anywhere. But the thing is, in Nigeria, the real petroleum marketer is NNPC. So what they usually do is they go outside. Instead of, like, if you have removed subsidy, that should be the job of the independent marketers. So the NNPC, right, now assigned this license of importing the fuel on their behalf to some certain people. So when they bring it to Nigeria, NNPC will now be the owner of it. They will then distribute it to independent marketers, as instead of the independent marketers bringing the product in, it's NNPC. That's where the corruption is, right? So NNPC will now say, this petroleum product costs us to bring to Nigeria. It costs us, for example, 900 naira per liter. How much should we sell it to the independent marketers, who are the ones who will now move the product to all over Nigeria with their own trucks? Okay, NNPC have no trucks or pipelines to move the product out all over Nigeria. It is the marketers. So NNPC will now say, if we give this petroleum at the landing cost, right? If we give this product to these marketers at 950, at the end of the day, by the time it gets to their destination, it may actually cost up to 1,200 naira per liter. So that's where subsidy comes in and the corruption that follows it. So they will now say, okay, we will pay you that we gave money to bring this fuel in the first place. We are going to say, you are the ones who brought the fuel in with your money. But we don't want you to sell it to the independent petroleum marketers in Nigeria. We don't want you to sell it to them for 950 naira, because by the time it gets to the destination, it will be more. So we want to subsidize it. So if this supposed imported fuel, for example, is 100 million liters, NNPC will increase it to 200 million liters, which means extra 100 million that doesn't exist. Then they will now say, you know what? We are going to subsidy. I mean, you are going to sell it to these marketers at 650 naira. The remaining 250 naira, which is the landing cost, will cover it. So instead of paying 250 naira per liter on 100 million imported liters, so 100 million liters that they imported, they will now double it to 250 naira per liter, yeah, times 200 million liters. See that 250 naira times 100 million liters. That one goes to the pocket of the boys. Then the one they are claiming to we pay to these importers, that too, right, goes to their private pocket as well. That's what subsidy is. So now when they now sell it to these ones, the Ipman, at the rate of 650, this is how they've been doing it. Let's say at the rate of 600 naira per liter or 650 naira per liter. So those ones will now take it out and say, well, you know what? We can only sell it for 890 naira or 988 naira or 950 naira or even 1,000 naira before this increase. So when Dangote refinery came, he wanted the same treatment. You get that? Say, listen, if I'm going to sell my product, I'll sell it directly to NNPC, who will then sell it to these marketers. I don't want to deal with them directly. Because if I deal with them directly, there will be no room for that subsidy money. And these independent marketers, right, they are likely not going to want to buy it at the price I want to sell. Meanwhile, the independent marketers themselves, they prefer the NNPC. Yeah? They prefer to go to the NNPC that would have subsidized it. So they were okay with NNPC and Dangote arrangements. So that NNPC would, instead of importing, NNPC would just buy it from Dangote. That's why they will never tell you how much. Dangote will not tell you how much he's selling it to them. NNPC will not tell you how much they are buying it from Dangote. And even the independent marketer will not tell you how much Dangote is selling it. Because that's where the scam is. That is where the whole scam is. They always cook the figure within that space. So Dangote, who want the same deal, to say, okay, you don't import anymore. There's no import duty, anything. Okay, but I want the same deal. I want to sell it to you for 900 naira. You, NNPC. Then you can do whatever you like with it. You can cook the book, you can cook the figure, you can write whatever you want before you resell it. That's your own. But just guarantee that you will pay me the same amount you will pay to those who are bringing the, to your associate that are bringing the fuel from Malta and all these places. That is why, within a space of 1 year, Ohando, right, that was declared to be worth 74 billion naira. You know that's how much Ohando worth before May 2023. That's the entire market value of Ohando, 74 billion naira. And between May 2023 and May 2024, Ohando, which has now become the main person that they now give that that name of importing the fuel to Nigeria. Ohando's worth grew from 74 billion naira to 1.3 trillion naira within a year. And that is the same period that the price of petroleum in Nigeria jumped from 187 naira per liter to over 1,000 naira per liter that you have today. That same period. Because the arrangement is that you, Ohando, you don't even need to pay anything. NNPC is the one importing the fuel, but we are not going to say NNPC is importing it. We are going to say some marketers importing this, and NNPC is buying it from them. Here you get now. So NNPC is buying from Ohando. So NNPC is paying Ohando the difference between how much the land it costs to bring the fuel to Nigeria. If you have to go to the market and sell it. So instead of Ohando to sell the product to you or sell it to the independent marketers, and the independent marketers will sell the product to you for about 900 to 1,000 naira per liter. So NNPC will now say, hey, Ohando, even though now we imported the fuel, but we imported it in your name, like you are the one, okay? Ohando didn't pay a dime bringing fuel to Nigeria. Sure you get. However, NNPC that is defrauding you will now be like, Ohando, the fuel is 900 naira landing cost, okay? Don't worry. We are going to pay you 300 naira per liter. We'll double the money for you. You don't worry about that. So that when the fuel now gets to the end of the marketers out there, we tell them to sell it for 610 naira. That was when they were telling you, they claim to be selling it for 610 naira, 620 naira per liter. This is where the scam is, right? So if Dangote promises to give them 50 million liters per day, which Nigerians don't use 50 million liters per day, but because it has been the tradition, the way they have been cooking the book, right? So what we are going to say is that we'll give you Dangote crude oil, okay, and you are going to give us petrol. So that petrol, right, we are going to say it is 898 naira. That's how much we are going to buy it from you, Dangote, okay? And then we will now resell it at the rate of 780 naira to independent marketers. So that when you go out there, you can buy it for 988 naira, 950 naira, 1,000 naira, and as far, whatever the distance is, outside Lagos, the more expensive it will become. So this arrangement is why Dangote will never tell you how much he is selling his own product to NNPC, because he wants them to decide how much they want to tell everybody the price is. And that's what they did. Even though they told you they've removed subsidy, however, Dangote wanted the subsidy. Unfortunately, Wale Tinubu and their business associates, where they are diluting the whole thing from Malta, they just cornered the market. This Dangote refinery of a thing is just a spoiler. It's not going to work. If the Dangote should work, that means we have to close our deal with Malta. This market value of Ohando that just skyrocketed by more than 15,000% within a year will drop again, and we can't let that happen. So all we have to do is to continue to play the people themselves. The independent marketer on their own, they have money with the NNPC, because NNPC is always the one to redistribute the fuel, right? Subsidize it, claim to subsidize it. So when they were talking about dealing with the Dangote directly, or when the NNPC came out and said, we are no longer the middlemen, let the independent marketers go and deal with Dangote directly, Dangote won't really deal with them directly. And if that should be the case, now the independent marketers themselves are now saying, that means true now. If they should do that, that means subsidy is truly gone. And now you Nigerians go pay, which is okay by them. Fine. So you Dangote, right? How much do you want to sell it to us? Dangote won't sell his product less than 1,000 naira. It could be 1,030, 1,050 naira. Sure you get. The reason why NNPC have to back out is because of Tinubu's refinery in Malta and then the Ohando deal. Because if they have to deal with Dangote, then they will have to cancel their contract arrangement with Ohando. That can't happen. They can't let that happen. Meanwhile, the independent marketers themselves cannot afford what Dangote will sell it to them, because if they kind of go to Dangote, a liter of petroleum in Nigeria can go as far as 2,000 naira per liter. All this abracadabra, pushing everybody here and there, nobody is answering any question directly or in the air, is because if they tell you the truth, right, it's